Привет всем, меня зовут Cameron, and today you're with the Английский язык English Me channel on YouTube. Today we're going to do a quick lesson on when to use since and for, because I see a lot of errors with this. So one second. Let's start with since. Okay, so since, I'll just give you a few examples. I haven't seen her since yesterday, for example. Since yesterday. She hasn't messaged me since the party. We haven't been to Moscow since 1980. They haven't been, we could say, they haven't been running in marathons since 1994. He hasn't been in school since last week. Okay, so what's in common here? Pretty much since is being used whenever there's a point in time in the past. So it was since yesterday, right? Yesterday is the point in time in the past. Okay, it was the day before, right? She hasn't messaged me since the party. So it was an event in the past. Раньше было, right? So the party, right? Вечеринка. So we haven't been to Moscow since 1980. So it's a date in the past, right? It's a specific date, 1980, this year. 1980, right? They haven't been running in marathons since 1994. It's the same thing. Since, because 1994. Okay, it's a date in the past. He hasn't been in school since last week, right? It's a point in the past, right? It's the week before. Okay, so pretty much since is when you are coming from a point in the past until now, right? Since yesterday. I haven't seen her since yesterday. So the point in the past until the present, I haven't seen her since that time. Okay? So, since yesterday, since the party, right? Since the party. So it hasn't messaged me since the party, meaning the party was before, right? We haven't been to Moscow since 1980. So the date before in the past. Right? They haven't been running in marathons since 1994, right? Once again, date in the past, and he hasn't been in school since last week. Okay, once again, point in the past, right? The week before. So, now let's go through for, okay? Let me just put it here for you guys so it's nice and clear. For, okay? 1 second, actually, we'll make more room here. Okay, so for. I haven't seen him for 3 years. She hasn't been here for 5 months, for example. We haven't gone to the gym for 3 years. Oh, I guess 4 years. We'll change it up. 4 years. I waited, you could say, I waited for a long time. Trying to think of another one. She didn't start for at least a few hours, for example. We have, I'm trying to think of different ones, for 3 years, for 5 months, for 4 years, for a long time. We haven't seen one another for some time. Okay? So pretty much, for is pretty easy. It's a quantity of time. Quantity of time. Okay? This is when you're going to use for. So I haven't seen him for 3 years. Not since. Not since 3 years. Неправильно. Okay? Since 3 years sounds weird. If it's the number 3, right? 3 years. It's a quantity of time. And now you're saying for 3 years. Okay? I haven't seen him for 3 years. She hasn't been here for 5 months. Okay? Once again, 5 months, right? A quantity of time, an amount of time. We haven't gone to the gym for 4 years, right? So 4 and then 4 years is a quantity of time, right? For how long? 4 years. I waited for a long time. Once again, a long time is still a quantity of time. How much time? A long time, right? A long period of time. She didn't start for at least a few hours, right? So once again, for and then how much time? At least a few hours, right? So it's still a quantity of time. How long or how much of a period of time? For how long? We haven't seen one another for some time. Once again, for and the quantity of time is some time, you know? Sometime. You could say like несколько лет or something in Russian, right? It's just a few years, could be a few months, for some time. Okay? So pretty much the main idea is since is when it is a point in the past. Okay? And for is when it's a quantity of time. Okay? And one last example for each one. I haven't seen her for 5 years. For 4. And I haven't seen her since 1995. Okay? So it's a date in the past. It's a time in the past. Right? 5 years is 4. Okay? And since 1995, okay? Because it's a date. And it's pretty much a very similar sentence, but that's the point. Okay? So for and since. Alright? Oh, sorry. I didn't even notice that, guys. Point in the past. Okay. So that's pretty basic look at it. We might go more in depth another time. But that's it for today. Take a look at our channel. Leave a comment. Like and subscribe. And we have weekly content, so take a look every now and then. Спасибо большое и до свидания.